Imagine you're in the Arctic. It's freezing, silent, and out of nowhere, boom, a blood-red balloon inflates out of a seal's nose. Not even a sci-fi movie. This is real. Meet the hooded seal, an animal that looks like it was designed by a cartoonist halfway through a horror movie. But the bizarre nose isn't just for show. It's a biological power move. Unlike your typical cute beach ball seal, hooded seals are aggressive, territorial, and weirdly antisocial. They don't cuddle in groups. They don't hang out. They spend most of their lives totally alone, wandering the icy North Atlantic. But once a year, something truly wild and chaotic happens. Breeding season. Males emerge from isolation and immediately start blowing nose balloons in front of each other like they're competing in the world's strangest talent show. These nose sacs inflate to terrifying sizes, turning into red, fleshy domes meant to intimidate rivals and attract mates. Think of it as nature's blood-soaked peacock feathers. But how did this even evolve? Why a balloon? And how does living a life of complete solitude actually work in one of the harshest places on Earth? Let's dive deep into the weirdest, wildest seal you've never heard of. Okay, so what exactly is that horrifying red blob exploding from this seal's face? It's called a nasal hood, and only male hooded seals have it. At rest, it's hidden inside the seal's face like a weird biological balloon animal waiting to be inflated. But when a male wants to show off or start a fight, it pushes this elastic sac through one nostril and inflates it using air from its lungs. But that's not all. While the nasal hood inflates into a giant dome over the nose, a second part inflates too, a bright red membrane that comes out from the other nostril, forming what looks like a bloody party balloon. Yeah, it's a two-part balloon system, a fleshy head dome and a bright red nose sac. Evolution really went wild and unapologetic here. These balloons aren't random, they're a full-on flex. The bigger the dome, the more dominant the male is seen. And if the rival seal isn't impressed, then it's fight time. The balloon isn't just a signal, it's a threat. It pulsates, vibrates, and emits weird low-frequency noises that might even help scare off opponents. Scientists still don't fully understand all the sound mechanisms behind it, but they do know that these displays are serious business. This isn't something you'll see in other seals. Most seal species are social, barky beach potatoes. Hooded seals are isolated, high-strung, and built like steroidal submarines with nose weapons. Even their skulls and nasal cavities are structurally adapted just to hold this bizarre inflatable system. And they start using it shockingly early. Males as young as 1 year old have been seen practicing inflating their nasal hoods like rookie gladiators training for the arena. It's not for breathing. It's not for warmth. It's not even for regular communication. It's just for war and for mating. Most seals are sociable creatures. They lounge on beaches together, raise pups in noisy colonies, and bark at each other like dysfunctional roommates. But hooded seals? They don't do any of that. These seals are loners by design. Outside of the short mating season, they live completely solitary lives. No packs, no pods, no hangouts. Just open ice, harsh winds, and total silence. They're built for distance, both physically and socially. Males in particular are extremely territorial and will fight anything that gets too close, including other seals, predators, and even humans if they're provoked. And when I say short mating season, I mean it. It lasts only about 2 to 3 weeks per year. That's it. The rest of the time, they're ghosting the world entirely, diving beneath shifting Arctic ice sheets and vanishing for days at a time. Hooded seals can hold their breath for over 30 minutes and dive more than 1,000 feet deep. They're practically armored submarines with stealth and teeth. Their aggression isn't just for show, either. These seals have powerful jaws and can inflict serious damage. Researchers approaching them during tagging missions have described them as some of the most volatile and unpredictable pinnipeds they've ever encountered. The males especially are twitchy and confrontational, constantly ready to fight or flee. Even the pups are intense. Hooded seal mothers nurse their babies for just 3 to 5 days, one of the shortest nursing periods of any mammal. During that time, the pup triples its weight from the absurdly rich milk. Then, boom, mom's gone, just like that. No long bonding period, no playful cuddles. The pup is abandoned and expected to survive alone almost instantly. It's a rough, unforgiving life. But in the icy isolation of the Arctic, being antisocial isn't just a quirk, it's a brutal, necessary survival strategy. If you thought a blood balloon from the nose was weird, just wait until you see what happens when two of them start inflating at each other. During the hooded seal's mating season, things escalate fast. Males gather near breeding areas and immediately begin posturing. There's no warm-up, no gentle socializing, just nose balloons, glares, and growls. Each male starts inflating their nasal hood and bright red sac, bouncing it like a grotesque fleshy basketball to show off its size and intensity like some surreal, snorting gladiator. It's a visual threat display and the seal equivalent of flexing in front of a mirror, but with blood-colored balloons and primal snarling. If that's not enough to scare a rival off, then the violent, no-holds-barred battle begins. These seals don't just look intimidating, they are. Fights break out fast, with powerful jaws, violent slaps, and biting. All for the right to mate. The blood balloon isn't just flashy, it's a warning. And if that warning fails, it's go time. Females, meanwhile, are carefully watching all of this unfold from a distance. They mate once per season, and their choice depends on dominance, stamina, and sometimes just who's left standing after a brutal round of balloon warfare. The bigger, bolder male usually gets the prize. What's even more wild is how short all of this lasts. Hooded seals mate right after females give birth, literally within hours. The female gives birth to a pup, nurses it for 3 to 5 days, mates again, sometimes within mere hours, and then everyone disperses into the Arctic void once more. The entire reproductive cycle happens on fast forward. It's fast, furious, and absolutely unrelenting, filled with inflating noses, violent clashes, and intense one-on-one showdowns that determine who gets to pass on their genes. Evolution handed hooded seals one brutal, unforgiving strategy for love: dominate, display, or disappear. Living in the Arctic is like surviving on another planet, and hooded seals are built for that alien world. They inhabit some of the coldest waters on Earth, from the icy coasts of Greenland and Norway to the floating pack ice of the central North Atlantic. Temperatures regularly drop below freezing, but these seals don't flinch. Their thick blubber insulates them from the cold, acting like a built-in survival suit. And they don't just float around. Hooded seals are elite divers, plunging over 1,000 feet deep and staying submerged for up to 35 minutes. Their lungs collapse under pressure to prevent nitrogen absorption, and their muscles are packed with myoglobin to store oxygen. They can even slow their heart rate to near stillness during dives. These aren't lazy lounge-around animals, they're Arctic stealth tanks. Their diet? Mostly squid, shrimp, and fish, whatever they can hunt in the freezing, dark waters. They rely heavily on sea ice to rest, breed, and raise their young. Without it, their entire life cycle collapses. Climate change and melting ice are already making their habitats more unpredictable, and while they're survivors, even these cold water veterans are reaching the limits of adaptation. The Arctic is unforgiving, but hooded seals were made for it. The hooded seal's bizarre balloon and extreme behavior didn't just pop out of nowhere. There's solid science behind why this animal is so weird. First, let's talk about the nose. The inflatable nasal hood and red sac are classic examples of sexual selection evolution, favoring traits that help attract mates, even if those traits look absolutely ridiculous. Over time, females began preferring males who could display bigger, brighter, more intimidating balloons. And so, the seals that could inflate the most outrageous sacs got to mate, passing those weird genes forward. But the aggression and isolation? That's environmental. The Arctic isn't built for group living. Food is scattered, resources are limited, and fighting over them in a huge colony would just waste energy. So, evolution did the math and chose solitude. By spreading out, hooded seals reduce competition and increase their chances of survival. Even the lightning-fast reproduction strategy makes sense. A short nursing period minimizes exposure to predators and harsh weather. Rapid weaning, fast mating, quick dispersal, it's all part of a system designed for maximum efficiency in a brutal world. It might look weird from the outside, but everything about the hooded seal is perfectly optimized for where it lives and how it survives. In a world full of strange creatures, the hooded seal still manages to stand out, and that's saying something. With its inflatable blood balloon nose, aggressive attitude, and lone wolf lifestyle, it's living proof that evolution doesn't care about looking normal. It only cares about what works. From deep dives to high-stakes mating duels, this seal is an Arctic oddity, built to survive in one of Earth's harshest environments. Strange, solitary, and powerful, this is what happens when survival demands something truly bizarre. If you enjoyed this dive into the weird, subscribe for more weird, wild, and mind-blowing animal stories like this one.